He's sweet, I know. Storm clouds may rise, strong winds may blow, but I'll tell the world wherever I go that I found a Savior and He's sweet. I know He's sweet. I know He's sweet. I know. Storm clouds may rise, strong winds may blow, but I'll tell the world wherever I go. I tell them I've found a Savior and He's sweet, so sweet. I know. Give it on to God who's had my life. We thank God for the opportunity to bring forth this message.
Amen.
Amen. We thank God for the opportunity because it's not every day that God gives us opportunities like this. And I don't take it, with, a little bit of anything to be here because it's not easy to do the work of the Lord. I've learned that this week. It's not easy to do the work of the Lord. And it's so beautiful because people that you don't even know you in the Lord. I was surprised to see people at my job telling me I'm in the Lord. Like when there's something telling me, God can do this, and God has done this. So they're speaking God around me. So there must be a presence of God in me. All right, somebody.
Amen.
There must be a presence of God in me, and I'm going to speak that God around me. Amen. I'm not going to do this, but today we're going to talk into the Bible. Amen. We've been talking this last month that I was going to come with a message about the hell. Amen. I'm talking to my coworker. He was like, we want to say in happiness. We don't want to go in hell because that stuff is like dangerous and sad. No. You can't have to go without the bad. Amen. You can't always talk about Jesus, and not talk about hell. Because hell is important. It's a place where a lot of people are going to go because of lack of knowledge. Because you didn't teach them. Oh God. People will go to hell because they just don't know. You didn't teach them what they should know about it. And some people are under the assumption that hell is already here. I have many people say we're in hell now, we're living in hell now, this is hell. No, it's not. Because we have Bible that says it is a place of torment. But we being tormented? No, you're not. Not like in hell. So today our topic is hell, where are you? Amen. This is part one of hell, where are you? I want to know. If you don't want to know, I want to know hell, where are you? We need to find out in the Bible, where is hell? Wow, that's something. That's something. People don't think that's important, but it's important. All right, let me slow down. Let me explain why it's important. I want to know where it is so I don't go that way.
Amen.
I want to know where it is so I can stay away from that area.
Amen.
If I don't know where it is, then I might fall into it. But if I know where it is, then I know how not to get there. Oh my God, I'm telling you something. You know how the way to Jesus? There's a way to hell. So you want to stay away from the way to hell, but you want to learn about it so you could go to the way to Jesus. Oh my God, I believe many people fall into hell because they just didn't know it was there. For real, they just didn't know because nobody taught them. Or they didn't search the scripture. But now we know, now we're going to find out where it is and how to stay away from it. That's just as important as how to get saved. You get saved to stay away from hell. But if you don't know how to stay away from hell, then what's the point? You stay away from hell by doing the things of God. We talked this morning in Sunday school, the more you do and talk about God, the less hell come your way. But the more you talk and play around with hell, the more hell come your way. You play with the devil, you're going to get burnt. You play with God, you get eternal life. Stay playing with God. Leave the devil alone. Leave him alone. Why do people always want to play with him? Now, he ain't got no power. He ain't got nothing over me. I can beat him up. No, you can't. No, you can't. You cannot do nothing. The Spirit and God can, but you can't. So stop playing with him like you big and bad. People jump in his territory and want to run the street. Look, I learned this thing. I don't go out at night. I got to go to school. I got to read. I ain't run the street. I was in the street at night. That's the devil territory. I do my work while it's day. That's what the Bible say, be your work during the day. Why am I there 4 o'clock in the morning? Ain't nobody saved. I ain't never been out there doing work of the Lord that late at night. Hell is out there, waiting for you to get stupid. And then you get in the incident. This is why I got inherit. You shouldn't have been out there. What is your purpose of playing around with the devil? Well, I'm being bad enough to go into clubs and bars and get them saved, and you go into clubs and bars and get hurt?
Yeah.
Because that's where hell is. A whole lot of hell is being raised over there. Stay out of it. I go in there when it's light, so I can tell people about Jesus. At night, it's their time. All the evil and the freaks come out at night. You don't need to be there. I'm going to pray to pow. That's just what Sam said before they cut his hair off. I got power. They made a mockery of him playing around in the territory. You can't jump in here and jump out and jump in here and jump out. You jump and this girl jump and that girl jump and this girl jump and then jump back and then he's going to knock it and then he's going to have to pay for it?
No.
He had to pay. And what he said it was my last breath, Lord. It shouldn't have never had to come to that. And somebody would have talked to him about his ways, about hell, about what can happen. Because it's not by might, it's not by power, but it's by the Spirit. And there's a spirit of hell running rampant in this earth. Jesus. They ain't like that. There's a spirit of hell running rampant in this area. Satan is a spirit. He's an evil spirit. I bet you ain't heard that before. We all hear about the spirit of love and the spirit of joy and the spirit of God, but that's a spirit of a demon. The demon is spirits. We are ministering spirits. They are destroying spirits. Their job is to destroy everything God built. He's after God in you. So the devil wants to beat you up so he can get to God. He wants you to serve him like he's God. He still thinks he's going to get on the throne. He still thinks he's going to run the church. He still thinks he's going to sit up there and the angels are going to worship him. He still believes that. He don't believe he's defeated. But you think you can play with him. A person that deranged, that stupid, you want to play with him? Stay away from that devil. What have we do with thee? And he said the same thing, what have ye do with me? What he told Jesus, what do thou have to do with me? You come to move me before my time? Now if he can talk to Jesus like that, and you got the nerve to go out there and go like, you big and bad, you ain't got no power. Not for him. You can move it. Jesus did not tell you to go fight the devil. He said he gave you the spirit to fight the wiles of the devil, but he didn't say for you to go fight, I'm going to go beat him up. I'm going to pick, you can't beat up nothing. It's not your job. It's not your job to defend or to beat up the devil. It's your job to stay away from it. Stay away from every forms of evil. Stay away from everything that's beguiled you. Stay away from everything that's not of God. Amen. He didn't say go there and see if you can last. He didn't go there and say, check your power, see if you can stand. He didn't say go into territory and see how long you can stay in a boxing ring with the devil. He said, stay, excuse it, run away. Just because you run from the devil don't mean you scared. It just means you got wisdom. Let God fight your battle. I'm stepping back. God, there you go. But we don't understand that hell is a place that we should not be visited at all. We should not. But in life, and in our situations in life, we might not believe it, but hell is part of the equation. He made a greater light and a lesser light. Hell is part of the equation. No matter how much you don't like it, hell is part of your life. We can run as much as we want, but you cannot escape the fact that hell is right there. What did he tell him? What did he tell him? He said hell is right there at your feet. Then he said in the book of Acts, drop him dead right where your wife was. Right there. Hell is right there. It's nowhere. It's not far away. It's right there. Listen to this. And you might not believe, but it's true. Hell is right here. Jesus is right here. The minute you turn it before you butt right into hell. Hell is a real place. Look what happened in the book of Deuteronomy. The earth opened up and swallowed them. And they went into hell. They fell down in there. Just that quick. 1 minute you're up, next minute you're gone. It's no joke. It's not taking 18 hours to get down there. You get there right away. Instant. Hell is a place you will arrive instant. Treat them out. Play with them if you want to. Stay off the devil's territory. Everything that's against the will of God, we cannot be doing. Life is too short to play with. Yep. People are dying by the dozen that don't know God. And they're not dying because they don't know God. They're dying because they didn't believe or they played with God. Yeah. And it's our job to make sure we okay. Come on, look at my neighbor. I like that. That's nice frame. But let me look at me. Let me look at me. Because while I'm looking over there, I'm burning over here. No, let me look at me. Because it's important that I examine myself. What do I know about the devil? What do I know about hell? How do I? Listen to this. It's very important that you understand he's trickery. He's cunning. He's crafty. He's a genius. What is? Come on, somebody. Y'all know your Bible. What did he say? He was a prince. He was a prince up there. He was moving things. So he comes down here and he turned into an angel of light. And he said right next to you, just like a brother, just like a sister, and take your brother right to hell. You need to discern how he's acting, but how can you if you don't know about hell? Unruly, that's hell. Lying, that's hell. Stealing, that's hell. Cheating, that's hell. Fighting, that's hell. Backbiting, that's hell. All that evil stuff is hell. So if you see somebody that's doing that, then you understand that's hell right there. Yes. Oh my God. This is how he's breaking it down. Excuse for, I didn't say stay away forever from that person, but don't entertain that hellish mentality. All that stuff comes from the pit of hell. Anger, frustration, fighting, backbiting, ridicule, murder, all that coming from the pit of hell. That ain't coming from heaven. So that's hell in that person. Roaring up and it's befriending you. Jesus. And while they befriend you, you become part of it and you get complacent and next thing you know, you with hell. My God. Imagine that, sitting next to hell. Literally sitting next to a person that's full of hell. All this stuff, and then they talk about this fire coming out their mouth. Nothing positive or negative, just disgusting talk. father of lies. Everything is a lie. Every minute he's lying about this, lying about that, lying about this, lying about that, talking about this, talking about that. That's hell. You don't have to go far to find hell. Hell is in your next door neighbor. Hell is in your life of your neighbor. Hell could be in some of your family members. I'm going to pray the hell out of you. Because that's what's causing the discord. That's what's causing the disconnect. That's what's causing the problem. That's what's causing the fight. Hell, it's not the person. It's not the person. It's hell. And this is what happens in the church. Many people don't understand what they're talking about when they mention hell. It sounds good. No, it's a reality. Hell is part of your DNA. I was born and shaped in iniquity. Sin is inside me. That's hell. Hell is sin. It's in you. You got to get it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little deep, not too deep, but the dirt. You were made from dirt. When you think dirt is in hell. Dirt is the hell. Hell is the ground. Underneath dirt. Hell comes out of it. I'm not into theology about it, but it's true. It's true. It's true. When he made hell, he made hell. Out of that dirt, that's when he came out. It was all messed up. Dirt you came, dirt you returned. What that Billy was doing, laying on his belly in dirt, laying all in dirt. You tell me you won't see a snake in dirt. Hell is full of dirt. The ground. I'm talking about the grave. If you look at the grave, grave is the ground. Grave is the dirt. Grave. Have you seen a grave? They dig up dirt and put you in it. That's the hell. Read the Bibles. See all this. See all this. The grave is hell. What's in the grave? Dirt. I'm not getting deep, but think about it. In reality, that's part of you. That is part of you. That's why we have to repent. That's why we have to confess. That's why we have to ask God to forgive us for our sins and remove that hell that was in us. We was born and shaped in iniquity. We was born with it. We were born with it. That's why none of the prophets could get it right. Jesus realized that. He said, I have to immaculate that is not born from dirt, but is born from the Spirit, straight into the womb. Because that dirt is destruction. So if he would have came from seed like that, read your Bibles. Hell is no joke. They couldn't find iniquity in Jesus because he didn't come from the dirt. Let's drop the mic on that one. People are not realizing this stuff. And then they say, no, I'm telling you what the Bible tell me. He had to find another way to demolish hell. And that was the best way from him. Because he didn't want to send his son. He kept trying and trying and trying and trying. He could have sworn Elijah was going to, Elisha, I mean, come on. Elijah, come on, man. Axe twirling, rain stopping, and then you got the nerve to sit and doubt after you done killed all these armies. What about me? Just gonna come in and hurt me? Oh my God. Jesus couldn't. He said, no, I got to be someone that's going to stand up and say, I'm powerful, but yet humble, and yet nothing, but still powerful. Jesus. Jesus. Could we find him now? Humble, yet nothing, but powerful. Come on. This is not just words. This is who we could be. Once we in Christ, we are that. We got to know when to be humble, which is always, and when to be assertive. I learned that at work. You don't have to learn everything in the Bible. You have to learn everything at church. I learned stuff at work. I learned learned how to be assertive at certain times. I had to stand up. I understand you, my boy, but this is what it is. No disrespect, but knowledge is key. And this is what it is. But if I didn't have assertiveness and humility at the same time, I would have been fighting. But the wisdom of God lets us know how to deal with the hell with other people.
Hallelujah. Glory.
That's good. This is good. The wisdom of God teaches us how to deal with the hell with other people. That's good right there. I go to many churches, I don't hear that.
Not at all.
I don't hear that.
Not at all.
Barely hear wisdom. But you don't hear wisdom held together. But you need wisdom to destroy the hell in people. And you gotta have discernment to see that they have the hell in them. But they said in Sunday school, Jesus, he cast out Beelzebub. Beelzebub cast out Beelzebub. Because that's the norm in there. They were so used to the devil playing with the devil. But when power came, they thought it was still the, no, it wasn't the devil, it was the power really getting rid of the demons. But there was a lot of false prophets in them days. Soothsayers and magicians doing all kinds of stuff that make you think they were God. So when the real God came, the real power came, they thought he was a devil. Because they're not used to realness. They're not used to true love. They're not used to true understanding. They're not used to true power. They're just used to the make-believe and the fakeness because they've been around it. I don't force them, but they've been around it all their life.
Amen.
They didn't just become unbelievers. They always been unbelievers.
Okay. All right, now come on, come on.
So when the believer came, he had to gracefully win them over.
Amen. Yes.
Rebuking you, but loving you at the same time. You even know rebuking you. That's how much love overpowers the rebuke. Are you getting this? This is the wisdom that God is showing to his people in 2019. You got to know how to use your power the right way and not destructively, but building. Building vessels to carry on the message of God. And I didn't even get into the scriptures yet. This is how deep how it is. I could take 3 hours just talking about H-E-L-L, the letter itself. That's how powerful God is. That's how understanding God is. That's how precise God is, that he will make you detect every letter. And then somebody said, what you talking about? I'm talking about what the Apostle Paul said. He said, the length, the depth, the width, the whole matter is in the volumes of the book. Volumes. I went to the library and I looked at the volumes. There's so many volumes of different books. This is a volume. It can never be exhausted.
That's right, that's right.
Come on, Bishop.
You will never exhaust the volumes of this book. So you can use H for, that's why I wrote that book, Words of the Bible Explained. You got to explain these words. They may look trivial, but the words are power. That word have I hid in that heart that I may not sin against thee. So it's the word that's keeping me from sin.
Hallelujah.
But if I don't know the words, or how to use the words to God's advantage, what's the point of having it? I mean, you can have a million words. If you know how to use them, then it just sounds simple. They profit you nothing. You don't have the power to work the words. Think about the wisdom there. Think about the wisdom there. All right, here we go. I'm going to get to the scripture now. Matthew 18. I told you this is part one. It's going to be long. We're going to take a whole month or more to do this. That's why I let y'all have your church, your sermons. You know, it's Matthew 18. What is hell? Where are you? Where are you? That's a crazy question, but it's a real question. Many people don't ask the questions that need to be asked, and avoid you. I can't avoid something I don't know where it's at.
Go ahead, go ahead.
How can I avoid that street if I don't know where the street is? You telling me to avoid that area, but I don't know where the area is, so how am I avoid it? Hell, where are you? I want to know so I can stay away from you. You can't stay away from something you don't know. Where's that? I'm just saying something.
Amen. Hallelujah.
This is real stuff here.
Amen.
Real stuff here. We need to know. We need to know. Well, I need to know. Nobody else want to know. I want to know. Okay, there we go. Verse 8, wherefore if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off, and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life heart or main, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet, to be cast into everlasting fire. Uh-oh, hell is where? Everlasting fire.
Yeah.
To begin with. I got more scripture to show you in Revelation where hell is going to be thrown into the everlasting fire. And a lot of people don't know that. But they got 18 titles and don't know that hell is going to be turned into the everlasting fire. I asked them, what is everlasting fire? Uh-oh, and you are what? You never knew the false prophet was going to be thrown into everlasting fire. You never knew that earth and hell was going to be thrown into. You never knew Satan himself was going to be thrown into.
Amen.
But you're the chief. You want chief, I want to follow.
Amen.
Wow. Wow. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye, rather than having 2 eyes, and be cast where? Hellfire.
Hellfire.
Hell, where are you? Somewhere where you could be cast into. When I think about cast into, I think about the grave. So when you cast a body into, what you going to cast them up? Cast into up? No, you cast into down. Wisdom. So hell, where are you? Get down there. Because you're going to be cast down into there. Everlasting fire. I'm going somewhere with this because we did this study on the rich young ruler. And that thing there, I just blew it up. Can't say blow up on the TV, on the internet, but think about it. A gulf fix that you could not pass to give him water. So that means he didn't say I'm in the gulf. He said you're on the other side of the gulf because I could not pass. If you were inside the fire, then I would have said I can't go in the fire. But he said I cannot pass through the fire to get to you. So that means you're on the other side of the fire. So hell is a place where fire is, but fire is not hell itself. I don't like this. I'm going to show you in this chamber. There's chambers in hell. There's chambers. If hell was fire, then chambers will be burnt up. How is the chambers are going to stay?
My Lord.
I'm just walking this thing lightly and slowly for that. They mention hell, but they don't know what they're talking about. It's a waste of time to talk about something you don't know nothing about. Do your study, understand it, then deliver. Many people deliver what they don't understand. How can you deliver what you don't understand? I learned that in school. Study first, then get up and talk to the classmates.
Yeah.
You do your book report, then you talk about your book report. You don't talk about the book report before you study the book report. Come on. And they rather jump into the Bible but don't know it. They rather jump into the ministry but don't know it. More or less spell it. I got a ministry. How you spell it? I don't know, but I got it.
My Lord.
People are like that.
Right.
They are like that. I'm telling you, they are like that. There are people like that. They think because they got money, they can just buy a church.
Yeah.
But they hadn't been called or ordained or even studied. But because I got money, I just buy it. That's what I thought when I was younger. But then, I wouldn't change a thing the way I got this. I don't care how rich I am, I love the way I got it. Sweat, prayer, tears, and a lot of headaches. A lot of headaches.
Right.
And I'm happy for it. Because those headaches made me study more, learn more, pray more, and cry more. They hurt so bad. Lord, these things. Heaven's a place of fire, and it's a place where people go that do not accept Christ as their Lord and Savior. When you, that's probably going to be next week, but next week. But when you read your Bibles, you will see that it's going to tell you, and I got it, but hell was made for Satan and his angels. I always ask God, I say, why didn't you just put them in here? I'm like, I want to learn this stuff. How am I going to learn if I don't ask him? I can ask you, but you don't know. We both got to go ask him. How are we going to get answers if we don't ask him? Many of you say we shouldn't know. I want to ask him, please teach me and let me understand why. I think he should have went straight in there. But that wasn't the plan. That wasn't the plan. His ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts. So, like he told Job, you don't need to know. Was you there when I made it?
Right.
Was you there when he went up against me? So then you don't need to worry about why I didn't. Jesus might tell me none of my business. Brother, none of your business. But listen to that. That's something we just realized about. Turn to Matthew 18:9. Oh, we did that. And if thy eye offend thee, pluck it out. He's not talking about plucking out your literally eye, but get rid of those things that you see that are distasteful. Get rid of them. Turn the page. Don't look at it. Don't touch it. Don't cut your hand off, but just don't touch it. Don't be part of it. Come out from among them and be separated. You got to remove yourself from those things.
Amen.
He's not going to turn it off. He's not going to move you. You got to do that. So you cannot say, Lord, why am I in hell? Like that man did. Why am I here? You chose to be there.
Amen.
Hell, where are you? Or we could say, what are you? What are you, hell? 25:30. I know this ain't the norm. A lot of people don't like Bibles. They like one scripture and 2 hours. I like 10 scriptures in 1 hour. Matthew 25:30. Think about that one. Think about that one. Think about that one. We got to read that one. For unto everyone that have shall be given, and he shall have abundance, but from him that have not shall be taken away, even that which he hath. And cast ye, throw, or cast, or throw. Huh? Or throw. Or cast. Cast means to throw, right? But what I want you to realize is who they throwing. Who are they throwing? Who are they casting? And cast ye the unprofitable. The unprofitable servant. The unprofitable servant. So hell is out of darkness, and hell is gnashing of teeth, and hell is weeping. And that's part of what's there. But you need to understand, I'm going to teach this thing. When you're unprofitable for God, you're going to hell. Look what he said. Though they're unprofitable, where the hell people are. That's why you see me always doing, always abounding, always working. I don't care if it's only one box of pantry. I'm going to give it out because I'm profitable to God for the community.
Amen.
That's profitable. That's a wise servant. Somebody said I'm stupid because I give it all away. No, I'm wise because I don't want no more.
Amen.
I don't want nobody saying they paid God for anything.
Amen.
He gave you this blessing.
Amen.
Come on, Bishop.
Hallelujah.
You ain't paid for it. He gave it to you.
Give it to you.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
That's why we're profitable. Because we give.
Our Lord.
Not to give, but to give. Like I told y'all, we paid to give.
Right.
We probably the only church I know pay to give.
Amen.
When I go there, I said, and then I told the pastor, I said, you know why? Because I'm sowing. I know you're giving me the food to give the community free, but what's the point of me giving the community free if I don't sow
Jesus.
for me? So thank you for
Hallelujah.
giving me here for my soul.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Blessed is the cheerful giver. I'm not going to just take. So I give. I give you more than you ever give me. I'm going to try my best.
Thank the Lord.
Because that's how we get blessed.
Yeah.
I'm a living example.
Yes, my
I said, I'm not lying about this thing.
My God.
I'm not telling you something that's not true.
I'm a witness.
My God.
The whole church knows.
Right.
Jesus.
Come back.
They we raise. I say, look, we're going to give this. We got to. A month later, what happens? We get past the point.
Jesus.
Because of the obedience. You don't have to understand why, just do it.
Yes.
And you will see the results afterwards.
My Lord.
Amen.
Too many questions.
Yes.
Everybody want to question this, question that. But no, just do it. The Bible says live holy, live holy. But hell is darkness and you cannot see much in there. There's no water there. You will always be thirsty. Right in verse 41? In verse 41?
Yeah.
You will always be thirsty. Remember? Let's look at verse 41. Remember the guy? He was always thirsty. He said, give me some water, so I dip the tip of water on my tongue because I'm thirsty. So he's always thirsty. He was thirsty in there. Hell, where are you? Hell, why are you? Hell, who are you? Verse 41 lets us know why hell was even created. People don't even know that. I'm not getting on nobody, but I've been here in ministry and I met some folk that didn't even know why hell was created. And I learned this in Catholic school when I was a child in Catholic.
Yes. Yes.
And he was an old man in theology school, still on. We got to learn. Hell has outer chambers, outer darkness, inner darkness. If there's an outer darkness, there must be an inner darkness. That's right. If there's chambers, there must be lower chambers.
My Lord.
If there's gates, there must be locks. And there must be keys. These are things we could explore. And there's nothing wrong with exploring these things. I don't have to jump, run, and do all that to explore the Bible. I'm here to learn. Jesus taught his disciples how to teach other people. You can't teach other people if you don't learn nothing from the people.
Amen.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto me, to the least one of my children. You need to read that. Because he said, when Terrence sang that song all the time, when I was hungry, you gave me to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. Now enter. Those that don't, goes here. They go to hell because they didn't give. Listen to this. Then shall he say, and as much as you have done this, to to the least one of my brethren, you have done unto me. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, unto everlasting fire,
Yeah.
which was prepared for the devil and his angels, or his demons now. For I was what? Hungry, and you did not feed me. So this is one of the criteria of getting into hell. This is one of the criteria of getting into everlasting dark fire. Because he said, this is one of the criteria. When I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was thirsty, you did not drink me. When I was a stranger, you did not took me in. When I was naked, you did not clothe me. When I was in prison, you did not visit me. When I was sick, you didn't visit me.
Amen. Amen.
Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw thee hungry, thirsty, or in prison? Then shall he answer them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have did it to the least one, the least one of these ye have did it to me. And these shall go away unto everlasting punishment in hell.
Lord.
But us that feed will go into righteous, into life eternal. Because we visit the hungry, we visit the homeless and naked, the clothed and naked, visit the hospitals. We do that. We got one go to prison
Amen.
every Monday. Nursing home every Friday. Prayer parents every Sunday. We do this work.
Jesus.
So we don't have to worry about hellfire. But we know about it. So we avoid it by doing these things.
Yeah.
You do the things that you know will keep you away from it. So now I know how to get there, so I'm going to do the opposite to get away from there.
Hallelujah. My God.
Now you see how to get there, so you got to do the opposite to get away from
Yes.
there.
Thank you.
But a lot of people don't know that. And then they end up in hell saying, I didn't know. And then God's going to hold you accountable because you didn't teach them. Whatever you did all those years I gave you your life. I gave you ministry for 15 years and you didn't tell them one time about that or how to stay away from it. All you told them was how that walk from you. Give me moon.
Give me more.
Give me moon. That's all you talked to me about.
Jesus.
But you never told me that there's a place for those that don't take care of the community. That's where they at. Where are the homeless in the community? Where are the naked in the community? Where are the sick in the community? It's all in the community. We can go to a house, which is fine, but it's the street that needs us.
Amen.
Amen.
I miss them tent revivals.
Amen.
Now there's so many stipulations that you can't even build a tent no more. You gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta pay this. What's the point of it? But for someone like me, it's worth it.
Amen.
It's worth it. I'll take all the devil got to give me just to get it erect, get it up. Because God gets the glory.
Amen.
But we need them tent revivals. I got saved that one.
Jesus.
I never forget, right there, Shem. I can never forget. He came in the door. I never forget. I went there, I got some sandwiches. I ate that stuff. Drunk as I want. I prayed for it, and I never felt better.
Praise
Jesus.
the Lord.
I never felt better. I got turned, they were speaking in tongues. I'm like, oh my goodness. I didn't say I got delivered, but I got some help.
Amen.
A couple of weeks later, I was back out there doing my thing. But that moment I got healed.
Yes.
That's for now when I deliver the message.
Hallelujah.
Because that time never went wasted. What you do for God don't waste.
That's right.
That prayer never was wasted back in the telling days. It was wasted. They're working now for my good. When I got truly delivered, it was like a flood of memories came in my head. I started remembering everything. I started knowing. I'm like, wow. I remember when I was a baby on the ocean talking to God. I see myself in Staten Island sitting there talking to God. He brought me way back. This is how you used to be when you were young, before you met that girl. That messed your life up.
My Lord.
Yeah, we always did. Anybody wasn't sitting at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That ain't started 13. I met a woman. At 13, I'm like, oh boy, church what? Church? I can't have a girlfriend? Well, they didn't teach me right.
Yeah.
If they would have taught me right, they would have stayed. But like, you can't do this, you can't do that. And that just brought me all downhill.
Amen.
But I always had church in me from a child. And that came back to when I was connected.
My Lord.
Brought you back to, what am I going on with that? Brought you back to the first love.
Amen.
When I was thirsty, you didn't give me the drink. When I was hungry, you didn't feed me. So the hell was made for Satan and his demons. They were supposed to be there forever. But the Bible says that hell has enlarged itself
Every day.
because people are just bad like him. They are just bad like Satan. So it enlarges itself to accommodate. You want to act like the devil? Well, you're going to be with the devil. You want to act like his demons? You're going to be with his demons.
Amen.
That's what happened. That's what happened. And it's very important that you realize that. You got to realize that. Because life is too short to play around on the devil's playground. You got to pay to play. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
You got to pay to play. You
Yeah.
can't play on the devil's ground and think you ain't paying him. You gonna pay.
Come on now.
He wanted his pay. You got to pay. So I'd rather not play. I'd rather stay right in Jesus' backyard.
Amen.
Might not be as fun as the clubs and the bars and the other places, but at least I'm safe. I ain't gonna catch nothing. I ain't gonna get no bullets at me. I ain't gonna get no sickness at me. I ain't none of that. If I just stay safe with God.
Amen.
Remember the gate? Wow. Narrow, broad. One is ugly and one is pretty. Everybody want to run to the pretty? I'm staying with the one that's so nice. I'm gonna stay right there. Because that's eternal life. Over there, everybody getting shot, killed, murdered, raped, beat up, stomped, breathing through, and then they want to come back. Too late. You chose your road.
Amen.
Amen. We're going to stop there because we have to get to the other venue. And we just thank God for everybody that listens. We're going to keep this going. So next week we're going to be going through this again. We have a lot of this. It's good. Hell is important. Hell is very important. It's part of our life. And a lot of people ignore it, but it's part of our life. You need to know it to stay away from it.
Amen.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They didn't know that hell was there, so they started worshiping idols and got swallowed up. If they would have known about the underground hell place, they probably would have worshipped that idol. So my people ain't going to be destroyed in here. We're going to learn.
Amen.
All right? All right, let's get this out of here. We thank God for everybody that's here. Now, Pastor Staffy, would you like to introduce?